Hi guys, I just wanted to tell you about something that's not really been in the papers and something that kind of has, but it's about a conviction of a man that you can see in the picture there called Shaun Griffiths, aka the Crossbow Cannibal Killer. Now basically, Shaun Griffiths was born, or Stephen Shaun Griffiths was born on the 24th of December 1969 in Dewsbury, West Yorkshire. He was arrested in May 2010 and appeared in the Magistrates Court, giving his name as the Crossbow Cannibal, so you may have possibly read about that. At Crown Court, when he appeared in that afternoon, he was remanded in custody until his next court appearance. He made a second appearance at Crown Court on the 7th of June via a video link from Wakefield Prison, where a trial date of 16th of November was set. On the 21st of December 2010, Griffiths was convicted of all three murders after pleading guilty. At Leeds Crown Court the same day, Mr Justice Openshaw sentenced Griffiths to life imprisonment with a whole life order, meaning he will not become eligible for parole and is likely to spend the rest of his life in prison. While in prison, Griffiths has attempted suicide on several occasions. He's also been on a 2-month hunger strike, during which time he avoided contact with other people. Prior to committing these terrible murders, Griffiths' criminal history included a 3-year sentence when aged 17. This was for an unprovoked knife attack on a supermarket manager. While in custody, he stated that he saw himself becoming a murderer, and psychiatrists warned that he fantasized about becoming a serial killer. In 1991, he was diagnosed as a schizoid psychopath. The following year, he received a 2-year prison sentence, and this was for holding a knife to the throat of a girl. In 2009, Griffiths was admitted to the University of Bradford, and this was to write a PhD in homicide studies. Police had been watching the apartment where Griffiths killed his victims for the last couple of years before, and they'd actually already seized hunting weapons. The police contacted the housing association which owns a flat in which Griffiths lived. After Griffiths was observed reading books on dismemberment, the housing association shared the police's concerns and fitted a better CCTV system in anticipation of any incident. But at the time of the murders, police had no evidence of any antisocial behaviour. Now this is actually a still of when Mr Griffiths actually committed the murder, and as you can see in the bottom left hand corner that's actually the moment when he was just before shooting her basically with a crossbow. And can you imagine the terror when she was running down the hallway? Now basically he proceeded then to drag her back to his flat and dismember her. So I mean a totally unbelievable sick crime. And also as well, he admitted to eating certain body parts and having some in the freezer for later consumption. So this was a very sick and twisted individual. The Bradford sex workers that actually were killed by him were 43-year-old Susan Rushworth, which is the lady on the right hand side of the picture. She disappeared on the 22nd of June 2009, and she was actually on the way to get some methadone at the time, having to try and sort of life out at the time, trying to get herself straightened out. This followed Shelley Armitage. She went missing on the 26th of April 2010, and she's the lady on the left hand side of the picture. And then you have 36-year-old Suzanne Blamires, and she was the one in the video that actually got shot on CCTV with inside his apartment block. Parts of Blamires' body were found in the River Aire in Shipley on the 25th of May. Here's the actual crossbow which Griffiths used to kill the poor lady in the cell block, in the apartment block. Yeah, I mean, just a terrible crime. You see, I actually live pretty near to where the flat is. I can see it from my window. It's probably about 100 yards away. Now, I actually know there was a girl caught on CCTV that had a lucky escape. I don't know if you remember reading that. It said that this girl was going for methadone at 3:30 in the morning, Now that's actually incorrect, and what I'm going to tell you now is basically she was a prostitute, but she got the paper to say that she wasn't, and she actually ripped him off out of £50 for some crack. Because he worried her, she jumped in the crack dealer's car, said, listen, do one, go, and she stole his crack. That actually saved her life. Now that was never reported, it's never been in the papers, so there you go. And this is an actual still of that, you know, meeting outside. I'm not going to name the girl, I actually know her, and I don't really want to burn her like that, but just so that I can prove that I do know her, her first name begins with R, so yeah, I definitely do know her. I used to live up in an area near where she used to go to one of her friends' houses, and she told me about the story. Also as well, one of my other friends was at a party with Shaun Griffiths, and basically he was acting really strange, saying that he'd done something terrible, and this was probably about a month prior to that as well. And my friend said that she was sort of deeply disturbed by him. So as you can see here that, excuse me, she's basically talking to him outside the front of his cell block, which is, excuse me again, it's on a road called Thornton Road. So as far as I'm aware anyway, there's nowhere to get any kind of methadone or any chemist that's open 24 hours. So I mean, I knew, and you know, you should know that's a lie anyway, but yeah, basically she told me, you know, that she sort of stole his crack. He worried her, he was sort of smiling freakishly. She got in the car and basically just did one, just, you know, stole it. But I mean, in doing so, absolutely saved her life, because she was going to get, you know, the same as everybody else would have got, you know, dismembered. This is the guy that's moved into Griffiths' old flat. Now, I once met him a couple of times actually, in the same sort of block that I live in now. I used to have a friend that lived in here, and he was his friend, sort of, not my friend, but I spoke to him a couple of times and I said, you know, you're brave for moving in there, and he really wasn't bothered, but like I said to him, you know, excuse me, I've got a cold today, like I said to him, I mean, basically, you know, coming home late at night and, you know, negative energy, me personally, I would not want to stay there. And actually the lady prior to me moving in my apartment, which is a beautiful apartment, but it looks directly onto the cannibal's, you know, flat, and apparently according to my caretaker in the building, he said that the reason she moved out was because of that, which I kind of find a bit stupid really. I mean, I wouldn't do that, but I thought it was quite interesting, and, you know, it was sort of an amazing fact sort of thing when I moved in, but she got really spooked out by it, which I can kind of understand, but more so if I was living in his apartment like this sort of brave guy here. He's braver than me anyway, because I wouldn't want to stay there, to be honest. And I look down on the flat sometimes and think, wow, look what's gone on there. Spooky stuff, really is. And I mean, another thing as well, it's probably absolutely nothing, but I did notice on the documentary to do with Griffiths that his door number was 33, and I know that obviously we always see that number tied into conspiracies and this, that and the other, so I mean, just a sort of a side note. Now what I want to play now is the actual audio of Mr. Griffiths being questioned. I'm not going to show the actual video clip of it because I'm scared of getting a copyright strike, so I'm going to just basically play you the audio now, and you can listen to what he said when he was getting questioned by the Bradford police.
What were you setting things on fire for?
Well, to destroy DNA, but like I say, in such a reckless, crazy manner. I can't believe, mind you, I don't know, I think, like I said, caretaker perhaps had other things on his mind, but otherwise I can't believe, you know, with the smoke that must have been billowing out of the windows. Although I did keep them shut for a while as well, so that's why I got a lot of soot all over me, and eventually I got a breathing mask on. But
So, how would you know that the fire destroys DNA?
well, to be perfectly honest, I mean, that was something I always kept meaning to check up on the internet, but it was just an assumption that, well, certainly I think the principle I operated on was, well, it certainly isn't going to enhance the quality of the evidence.
And what sort of location have you put them in? If you can't tell us where, what sort of location have you put them?
don't know, where a robot, where a computer would put it. You know, a rational, emotionless aberration would put it.
Why did you feel the need to kill her?
I don't know. I don't know if I was... So, just... Sometimes you kill someone to kill yourself, or kill parties. I don't know. That's like deep issues inside me.
So why did you feel the need to kill any of the girls? Van?
I don't know. Well, I'm misanthropic. I don't have much time for the human race.
Where would an emotionless robot put the bodies? Did you hear what he just said then? Yeah, pretty amazing really. I mean, the guy, I think as well the guy wanted to go down as being a serial killer, so I think he was kind of choosing his words wiser, but at the end of the day, I don't think he did feel anything. He can't have done, kind of, if you can cut somebody up. You know, rest in peace to these poor girls. I mean, sex workers, you know, it's the oldest profession, and at the end of the day, nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves this. I think as a people, we have got a sickness at the moment, and we really do need to start living right. But anyway, I'm signing out now. Thank you very much for all the support. Share and like, because Google's not promoting me anymore.